Welcome to my channel. I'm Zach. This is ZakDTV, and this is my first video in nearly a year. And boy, does it feel good to be back. I'm glad you guys are checking in with me here. Thanks for hanging out. I figure I will be back to my normal schedule here starting this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll have a new video out, and I'm hoping to do a deep dive on Saturdays. We'll see if I can get the first one up this week or not. I am going to do it. We're going to start off with an update to the HTT, that's Hyperloop Technology, Hyperloop Transportation Technologies. They're the ones that are, they're actually worldwide. They built a full-scale test track over in France. They do have that up. They have a full-scale coach, or they're calling it a capsule, and that is up. They have pumps in place, and they're able to suck the air out of their test track. Now, obviously, you can't do speed runs in such a short track, but this is the start of something new. They also, right at the end of 2019, did their feasibility study for the Great Lakes area. This would be a Hyperloop that runs near the Great Lakes from Ohio to Pittsburgh, which is quite the run. And they submitted their feasibility study to Ohio. It's released for public consumption. Links to it are in the description down below. And they have started their environmental impact study, which is due in 2023. It looks like this might be the first location for a working commercial Hyperloop, which would be pretty cool. It's not too far from my house either. A couple hour drive to get to Pittsburgh, but I sure as heck, if they put a station in Pittsburgh, I'm going to go catch a ride just to do it and put the videos online, obviously. Next story we're going to cover then, I guess we'll take a look at Mad Mike Hughes, that flat earth rocket man. I don't know why I've gotten so many questions on what this guy is up to. It doesn't make sense to me. It's not really science. It's more like, oh wow, you know, it's not something to be picked on. Let's just go there, because I don't care if you think the earth is flat and you're going to fly up in a rocket and prove everybody the earth is flat, whatever. That's your own prerogative. What I like about this guy is he is putting his 61-year-old body in a steam-powered rocket and launching himself into the air. That's just cool. Not saying it's smart, but it's cool. You can't tell me it's not. Now, he did complete his rocket launch that was on Noise TV. A link to the full thing's in the description. I'll tell you what, their announcers, though, God, they're annoying. He does have a documentary out. I found information on a documentary about Rocket Man, Mad Mike Hughes' journey to flight, or whatever it's called, in October of 2019. This is where the stuff gets, he decided to drive from California to North Carolina in order to measure the curve of the earth. I don't know what equipment he had. I need to look into it further. I really didn't care to look into it any further. If you want to know more about it, I'm going to link to his website and everything. You can check out all this stuff. But he decided he was going to drive Interstate 40 and somehow measure a 700-mile curve in the Earth's surface. Yeah, it's more that flat earther science, and believe me, this is a guy who doesn't believe in science, so whatever he's doing to calculate it, he's doing to calculate it. Something I did find pretty cool on January 6th of this year, he made a mention on his Facebook page that his next rocket flight, he put a picture up, be prepared for a big announcement, and then he mentioned that his next rocket flight was going to be a mile up. He was going to fly a mile into the air, and after that he's going to space. Both those are pretty lofty goals, but hey, Mike, if you're listening for some reason and you could do this, do it, brother. You got nothing but love from me. The reasons why you want to do it, I don't care. I still think it's pretty cool that you want to put yourself up in the air in your own rocket. And I like the raccoon idea as well. If you want to keep an eye on him, links to his Facebook page, his website, all that stuff, they're in the description down below. I don't think I'm going to cover anything more about that guy until the next time he puts himself in the air, and then we'll give them a little section, you know. Uh, Boy, another one that just keep getting the questions about. And boy, now some of you guys are being pretty rude about this, by the way. You know who you are. Some snarky comments about it being after 2019 and the VTOL project that was supposed to be ready for 2019 isn't out yet. I know. It's not my timeline. This isn't my airship. We're talking about the Black Flyby opener. Now, they do have some new videos since my upload. The most recent one was like a month ago. They are actively pursuing this still. They're still working on getting this out. It looks like they've got a couple new colors. They've got a green one, a red one, some pretty neat looking colors. One of the videos they put out was a flight test in snow, which I thought was just pretty. If you want to check their stuff out, YouTube links are in the description down below. I did find a spot where Google's Larry Page from Google, has decided to help pay for this. He is now an investor. He invested back in October of 2019. So you don't get much more serious than having some big money backing you up. I think if somebody can do this, it's these guys. Oh, and they have been announced as a presenting sponsor to an Oshkosh air show. That's the Oshkosh 2020 Innovation Showcase, is where they're going to be showing off their machine. Another thing I thought was pretty neat, since my video, they have nearly doubled their flight time. They're up to 31,000 miles according to their website now, and 2,800 test flights. I believe they're around 1,400 or so back when I put my video out. So these guys are still testing heavy. It does look good. Check them out. Keep an eye on these people, because I think they're going to be legit. One out of surprise I got questions on was Spot, and I didn't realize it until I just looked into it. And I've got no more information on Spot, the dog by Boston Dynamics, than you guys do. Basically, they put out this launch video, which was to say that, hey, here's Spot, it's out, you can now buy it. Pretty cool. And this other video was pretty neat too. I really actually like this video better than I did that Cybertruck video of the Cybertruck towing the Ford. This shows a little more strength than that video did. Now, the biggest problem I found here with Spot and Spot Mini, trying to find any prices on this, they just don't exist. I've done so many searches. I did put an email into the company though. There is a spot on their website where you can contact sales, and I'm guessing they probably need to piece it a bit together for you, a little bit more to know what you want, what kind of usage you're going to have for this thing, and then they can actually put something together for you and price it out. That's my guess. So I'm going to wait and hear back from these guys, see if they can give me a price range, a price idea. I'll keep you updated on that if I hear anything back. And we'll just take it from there. And finally, the last one I wanted to touch base on here. I didn't write any notes down on this. Okay. The biggest video on my channel, and of course the one that gets the most comments, questions, and everything else. The CVD roll-to-roll graphene manufacturing technique that was developed by MIT. I've got nothing. I have nothing on this. I have looked and looked and looked. I really don't see any new information on this process of it in and of itself. It just hit me. Maybe I could look into some patents. Maybe I'd find some information there. But basically, taking a look into it, John Hart, he was the lead on the paper. I looked at what he's been up to. It seems like he's been into a lot of carbon nanotubes, of a similar manufacturing technique, actually, to make carbon nanotubes. And he's been working with a lot of people on that kind of stuff. I have no doubt they're probably still working on this technique, because it just seems too good to let it fall to the wayside, and it's just something where they might not have had any other breakthroughs yet. We obviously don't have it for public consumption yet, and but it did seem like if you wanted to get a hold of these people, links in the description, you could probably talk to them if you want to build your own similar system. I know they'll at least give you gas measures and everything, so you can use the same mixture to pump into your system if you want to build something similar in your own shop at home. I know there's plenty of you guys out there that are into that, and to me, that was the coolest part, was all the people saying, wow, this is so much better of a way to make graphene than the way I do it at home now. You guys are building graphene at home. That is what's up. I tip of the hat to you guys. That is cool. But again, other than that, I really have nothing on this. I did put a couple emails out today to see if I could find anything on this. And again, I'll keep you posted if and when I hear anything. Boy, oh boy, I can't think of anything else. I do want to say, again, thank you for stopping in. Thanks for checking out my channel. If you like what I do here, make sure to subscribe. Like I said in the beginning, this is my new format. This is how I'm going to be doing it. I want to be a little easier with this stuff. It's going to save me time, and I'll get more videos out, and that's what's important. Other than that, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed, who's checked my show out. I know it just seems like I just can't thank you guys enough. And I guess with that being said, though, just have fun and be